Your Country 103.9 KGRT, Mr. Kane Brown featuring Marshmallow. This guy head looks like a marshmallow. Yeah, that's Miles on it.
Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets of Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., downtown Las Cruces.
That's right. Our question of the day brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. Had the chance to talk to Karen from the Farmers Market, and lots of cool stuff going on for the month of October, including they've gotten together with APA, Action Program for Animals. I would remember that. But yeah, they've gotten together with APA to go ahead and help out our pets. So they're accepting donations. Any kind of donation for your pet that you can make. If you want them to make it toys, some food, kitty litter, puppy pads, all the stuff that maybe a new pet owner would need. And you can go ahead and get that done at the Farmers and Crafts Market. Go ahead and make those donations down there. Now, let's get to our question of the day today, which I said it was going to get scary again since we are into the spooky season after all, right? And this time it has to do with scary foods, because we all know that, there's always something scary about some of the foods you find at the gas stations and truck stops and stuff. Well, restaurant truck stops, they're pretty good. But, they've always got that stuff in the semi-refrigerated area that's, shall we say, questionable, right? Some would even say that it is barely food at some gas stations that you might stop by. So my question for you is, what is the scariest food that you've seen at a gas station, right? Are you brave enough to reach for those rotating hot dogs, or, trying to stay away from the gas station sushi, or the egg salad sandwich? I'm worried about those things. I really, really am. Or, I'm sure there's plenty of foods that you love, especially when you're going on a road trip, right? I'm looking at you, beef jerky. Got to have my beef jerky when I hit the road. But right now, what is the scariest thing that you have seen at the gas station? I'm trying to think about that. And yeah, whenever I see those sandwiches, especially like I said, the egg salad sandwich, I'm always just a little bit worried about those. Not an egg salad fan to begin with, but, eggs, packaged up like that, a little bit scary. At least I've seen that. I also have experienced the scary food because I was once traveling, stopped at a place, got something of meat on a stick type thing. Let's just say I was very glad we were at least near another gas station a few hours later, because that got a little bit scarier than I wanted it to. It's always a lot of fun on a road trip. But since we are into the scary season, let's talk about it. What is the scariest food that you have seen at a gas station? Go ahead and let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in, 575-523-KGRT. That's 575-523-5478. We are live on our social media pages right now as well. So if you want to go over to Facebook or YouTube and just leave your comment there, you can. For our question of the day, what is the scariest food you have seen at the gas station? Your question of the day brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. Okay, all the appropriate buttons are pushed. And yeah, sometimes you go down there, and I think I will forevermore be skeptical of the gas station sushi. It's things like that, like eggs, sushi, fish products, the things that are kind of supposed to be fresh, but not necessarily really fresh in there. And I know everybody's going to start, I don't know what's going on, the hiccup thing. Okay, I think I'm good. Everybody always talks about the awesome burritos and the chimichangas. I think those are like, I don't like them. I'm going to say that right there. I know that's kind of a hot take because everybody loves them. And I've been told before, yay, you gotta, it's 2:00 in the morning after the bar type of food. And I'm going like, I've been there. I've tried it. Still wasn't very good. But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I shall always be skeptical of a few things when you go into the gas station. You're getting your gas and you're thinking, should I buy that? I'm kind of hungry, but I don't know. So yeah, what is the scariest food that you have seen at the gas stations? Let me know your answers. 575-523-KGRT is the number. That's 575-523-5478. And of course, you can leave your comments down below as well. for our question of the day. So let's see. Cody's already, yeah, I agree with you. Cody says hard-boiled eggs. And like I said, anything with the egg in there, egg salad sandwiches, the hard-boiled eggs, stuff like that, because you kind of know that those need to be fairly fresh. And sometimes you just don't know how long it's been there. I'm just saying you don't know. And that's the scary part about it, right? Let me know your answers for our question of the day. What is the scariest food that you have seen at a gas station? Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in and around the world today. Daily Star says pumpkin carvers are charging as much as $2,000 this year to carve celebrity likenesses. Actually, I believe there's an upcharge for celebrity likenesses, but professional carvers, I didn't even know they had those. I always like the homemade pumpkins, especially when you get the kids in there, because kids make some goofy faces sometimes. I don't know. But those are always a whole lot of fun. So I don't think you need to pay $2,000 to have somebody else carve your pumpkin. Let's see. The Alpine Chef restaurant in Fredericksburg is going viral because they are selling a massive 6-pound pretzel, $90. And that seems like a lot, but the pretzel can feed between 10 and 12 people and will be served at the Alpine Oktoberfest. So that kind of works out very well to get the pretzel. That would make a good Sunday football snack too. Let's see. Subway recently launched a new menu item called the Big Breckwich. It is being marketed as a hangover remedy. That's nice. The hearty potato dish features sausages, bacon, eggs, and more. Honestly, sounds like a pretty darn good burrito to me. Disneyland, Disney World, believe it or not, they are raising their prices. Kind of did not see this one coming, right? I'm being a little facetious there. The ticket prices will vary based on the date of the visit and the weekends, of course, and holidays being the most expensive. Holiday ticket prices could cost as much as $224 per person. And remember, that's just to get into the park. There's all of those other nifty expenses that come along after that. Let's see. Albert Einstein's first violin, named Lena, recently sold at auction for $1.4 million. The instrument, hidden from the Nazis, was gifted to a friend in 1932. It was estimated to sell for $300,000. Obviously, it is more valuable than that. In fact, it is more valuable than the Titanic crewman's violin it was playing as the Titanic was sinking. Either one of them, I think, would be pretty awesome, but I will definitely not be able to play it. It would be a collector's item for me. Tom Hanks recently surprised New Yorkers by riding on the subway. He's a brave man. Also, a Las Vegas resident recently won, or a resident won $2.2 million on a slot machine, and that's why you keep playing them, right? And the UNC football program may part ways with head coach Bill Belichick amid a rough 2-3 start. Belichick reportedly discussed potential buyout options with the school, including triggering a $1 million buyout himself. So looks like that little experiment not going too well right now. But, wins a few more games. You got to get bowl eligible. You never know what's going to happen. We'll see. Definitely think he should wait at least until the end of the season if he wants to trigger any of that, in my personal opinion, right? All right, let's get back to our question of the day. What is the scariest food you have seen at the gas station? There are definitely some scary foods that are out there. And since we are in the spooky season, keeping it like a little scary theme. Yeah. What is the scariest food that you have seen at the gas station? Cody chimed in with the hard-boiled eggs there. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the pickled stuff either. Just not a fan. And I always say, like, the egg salad sandwich, anything that has to do with sushi at a gas station, a convenience store, yeah, just a little bit afraid of those ones for sure, because they can come back and haunt you in other ways, gastrointestinally speaking. So, yeah, that's scary stuff. But what about you? What is the scariest food that you have seen at the gas stations? Let me know your answers by calling them in or texting them in at 575-523-KGRT. And, of course, leave your comments down below for our question of the day, which is brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.